afternoon, evening, everybody. This is your host, Huge Pop from the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. To my right is M-A-T-T. To my left is Cody Cornett, the numbers guys that we will probably find out later on. Below that guy is Rico, and next to the guy who hopefully will stay on board tonight is Nikki D. What's going on, you guys? And first of all, I want to thank Matt for creating that intro video. Also, I want to thank Husky for producing the song. Thank you guys for that. It's pretty cool. We're at our little brand here.
Love it.
Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. We have fun. Brothers from another mother's called Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. So we're all friends and family, and it's great. So we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw from last night, how horrible that was. And we're going to talk about Survivor Series, our predictions. Let's see how smart we are. But I think we're all going to be fooled, but we'll talk about that too. So anyway, let's jump right into Raw and some of the stuff that happened last night. One of my favorite segments was when Miz left the building and left the room, and he came back looking for Scarlett, and lo and behold, she was trembling on the ground. Got attacked by Nikki Cross. That was a pretty cool segment. Let's pick that apart if you guys want to. First of all, I know that was later on the night, but anybody see that segment?
The comic relief with the Miz just wanting to barge in there, and Cross is like, no, wait, knock first, please. Yeah. It's like, really? Like, it's the locker room. Just fucking go in there.
Right.
Well, they try to put that little dramatic in there, But,
knock first, please. Okay.
I like that little, like the Miz fitting in with Karrion and stuff, because I love Karrion, and Miz is just freaking awesome. And that whole like Nikki Cross showing up in the room with Scarlett when everyone was gone, that's pretty good. I like how they're building that up. It doesn't seem like it's trying to rush it. It's taking its time.
Mm-hmm.
Just going slow by slow, but it's good building it up. Not bloodline good, but it's good.
The message on the mirror when it says that we all are able to lose something. That shit's deep, man. Like that's why I love this storyline, because the Wyatt Sick, they're not just menacing in ring, they are menacing in your mind. Like, they are the masters of mind games, and that, to me, it's a scary movie all over again, and it's freaking great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone has something to lose. So, who's everyone?
Everybody.
Everybody.
You have something to lose. Cody has something to lose. I have something to lose. Everybody.
Miz has something to lose in Maurice because no one else is going to fucking deal with him.
Right.
Well, no one will want to deal with the mother-in-law.
Okay, let's not get on a tangent. I love Maurice's mom. I think she's great. Let's just go off of there. I've watched Ms. and Mrs. every season, every episode. I love it.
The show's good.
Hey,
it's a good show.
How many episodes do we have of that?
Ms. and Mrs. I think we're at season 4, which is season 4 or 5, and I think we're almost at 100 episodes.
Nice. So, if they
you don't recognize sarcasm, do you?
You don't recognize the Vikings are going to kick your ass.
Joke's on you. We play them in 3 weeks.
If we could. Would that be a good fit, the Wyatt Six and those guys in Survivor Series? Could they wrangle that into there somehow, some way, to add to the 4 matches that we only have? I mean, or is that something that 5 matches?
We have 5 matches.
Is that something that will be just prolonged past Survivor Series into the next pay-per-view?
Past Survivor Series.
You could do a traditional 4-on-4 or a 5-on-5 with each of them, with Nikki and Scarlett in there, but I mean, it'd be shoehorning it in at this point.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It's so close to the event. You would just be literally shoehorning it in.
I think it's something that they really lead into the Netflix era with, They'll like really lean in on that and make it a big thing. If not, something major at Saturday night's main event next month too.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True. So then we had Gunther going up face to face with Damian Priest, and that. Let's hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear Cody's thoughts. He seems very excited.
Yeah,
about this.
animated.
Everything was fine until Gunther took the Razor's Edge. When Gunther is just sitting there, not trying to fight out, not trying to wiggle, not trying to do anything, just sitting there going like, and then takes the bump. What the fuck?
What's wrong with that? I mean, what's wrong? That shows Damian Priest's power, and that shows Damian Priest's willingness to do whatever it takes to make his opponent weak.
Yes, make his opponent weak, but Gunther wasn't really all that weak. He got kicked in the stomach and then put in the Razor's Edge, and he just looked fine. He just looked like he was ready to take the bump, and it just waited for like 10 seconds.
Like he should have got beat down a little more.
Yeah.
Either beat down a little more or struggle. Just struggle.
Make an
Keep
effort
in the
to get out
position,
of
but
it.
struggle.
Arm.
Yeah.
I mean, the spot was cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it looked cool. But a Razor's Edge is a Razor's Edge. It always looks cool. So, I mean, I didn't mind the segment. I thought it was pretty well put together.
Some great promo. Great. Each of them had great things to say about each other. That was well done. So that was pretty cool leading into Survivor Series. So that was good.
I like it. It's showing Damian, like you said, showing Damian's strength, man. He's not just a little pushover.
Right. Then we have Ludwig Kaiser defeating Braun Breaker via disqualification after being attacked by Sheamus. That's going to be a hell of a match.
Oh no, nobody saw that coming at all.
But did anybody see the 67 mile an hour into the fucking table? Like, holy shit, how is he not concussed?
I thought I'm like, oh, did he break a rib or something? Just,
a rib, I'm thinking neck. He landed like here.
There, yeah.
when he hit though, like he hit up here and then his rib went right against the table. I was like,
No,
man, he's hurting.
That promo he cut after the fact when he called out Sheamus and he's all like, "Yeah, I'm not like you, Sheamus, putting up loser after loser after loser." Like, thank you, Braun Breaker. I love that dude. So good.
So I have a question. Does everybody think that he's a tweener now at this point? Like he's not even a full-fledged heel or face. It's just he's in that middle zone where he can cut promos like a face but be a badass in the ring.
He's kind of gotten to that point. Yeah.
I'd say
if you watch how the crowd interacts with him, that you see that. It just personally, that's how I feel. It's hard to, he's a heel, but then it's hard not to get behind some of the stuff he says, especially his promos. And he's like, I don't know, man. He's good. He's good.
This pains me. Absolutely pains me to say this. I agree with Cody.
Yay!
No. From about a month ago.
I'm going to mark this on the calendar.
From about a month ago when he compared Braun Breaker to Stone Cold. That's where he's headed. Mm-hmm. He's not there yet, but he's headed in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll tell you, I thought Cody was out of his mind for saying that.
I see it in like clear as day right now.
But when you said that, I was like, no, you're out of your mind. But
I don't say shit just to say shit.
Well,
I realized that, but at the time I thought, no way. There's no way. But that he's showing that he can do it.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth too when I said that.
So. That's fine.
We go back to that table shot that he took. I've only seen that once. I go to an indie show every other month, and one of the biggest guys on their talent is a guy by the name of Damian Wayne. He was going against Wardell Walker, and I think Jackson Slade at that time. Anyways, he went to dive, and he got thrown across the table. And these white tables, you see them, the tables that they're always those white 8x9s or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
That table broke, and he hit his face and his throat went into another table next to it. Wasn't planned like that at all. And he came up going, you knew that hurt because it hit him right here. I'm like, when I seen that last night, I'm like, oh shit, because that was pretty brutal. So, but yeah, Braun Breaker, man, he gets a bullet full of speed, and he runs and he runs and he runs, and so that was pretty intense.
What are his like? What is? I know they have their stage height, and all that, but I wonder what he really weighs. Because he's a big guy.
What's he billed at? 260?
Something like that. I wonder how far off that is from his actual weight, or if that's pretty darn close. Because he's a big guy.
6 foot, 250. That's what he's billed.
I can believe that's. I can believe that's what he is.
I think that's pretty darn close. And the way he flies, the way he moves, and that whole thing where he hops. Who's the match he was having with Oh shoot! It was one of his matches I saw just recently where he jumped. I think it was. I don't know. I was going to say it was Sheamus, but he got knocked off the top turnbuckle, and then he hopped up there, and then did a freaking Frankensteiner. I thought, how do you do that at that size? It was just when he did that, I was like, dang, man, like that's natural athleticism. That is nuts. As a big dude who moves that fast and can do moves like that. That's impressive. He's impressive.
Yeah, I've seen him do that a couple of times. I'm like, man, that is crazy. He just hops up there.
Yeah, and to not just to have you can practice that move all you want, but to be able to hit it like that in front of the live audience and not miss, not have your feet come off that. Nobody's holding him. He's responsible for getting himself up there. So there's nobody that's helping him up or anything like that. He has to hit the ropes. His feet have to hit the right spot, and he's doing it really, really quick. So I don't know. Little things like that just impress me.
That's a Division I athlete, by the way. He played Division I football for Kennesaw State.
There you go.
Yeah, he was just a freak athlete in and of himself. He's just nasty, like an athlete in general.
There you go. Who'd you say he played for?
Kennesaw State.
Okay.
You talk about him. You talk about Nicky. You talked about him lifting himself up into the move. The other night, Matt and I had a chance to talk to Ahmed Johnson, and we asked him about body slamming Yokozuna. And his reply was, he goes, when I found out I had to do that, I was like, oh shit. He's not going to jump, so don't worry about that.
He flat out told Ahmed that he wasn't going to jump. He's like, you're going to lift me.
They're in the back, and they go, and he said to Ahmed, he goes, when you get out there on that spot, I'm not jumping. You're going to have to lift me all by yourself.
Oh, my gosh.
He goes, so my hand got up his asshole. I picked him up, and I dropped him.
He said it was like grabbing a bowl full of jelly. Like Jello. Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, about that. And then he talked about a rib where Gold Dust was supposed to kiss his hand, and he didn't put his hand there, and he kissed Ahmed Johnson. So that was pretty hilarious. But
I didn't need to listen to that.
Everyone that's out there, check us out on that archives on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you find your podcast.
Watch that show. That was probably one of the most funnest. That was the most funnest.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was a good interview. So back to let's talk a little bit about the Alpha Academy beating the New Day and where the New Day is headed. Anybody watch that?
So again, for the anime nerd in the group, Kofi was dressed up as the good guy Goku in Dragon Ball Z. Xavier was dressed up as Goku Black, the negative version of him in a stupid timeline thing. I know, Matt, go read your book, whatever. Here's all to you for not knowing what true art is. It's weird that they're really pushing Xavier to be the heel. It feels like at the last second, like it's going to be Kofi, but it's whatever. But no one's brought up the Lesnar thing until Xavier.
Yep.
Which is a huge kick in the dick.
A huge one.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
this is just me being conspiracy theorist. What if Big E comes back? Because he has been technically medically cleared. What if
I didn't think he was.
Yeah.
He's medically cleared to like compete, or to just do certain things.
Do certain things.
Okay.
What if he's the guy behind the heel turn? What if he's the guy who is the extra muscle that Xavier needs, or Kofi, whoever is the final heel turn? What if it's him behind it?
Would be cool. That would be a neat dynamic, I think, personally, because it's the three of them. So just to see these two kind of separate without Big E, and you can see they're building it up, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's in a sense it's kind of sad because you think about it. There was a time when nobody liked New Day, like nobody liked them, and they had to navigate that crap, and go through all of that where the fans were like, New Day sucks, and all that stuff, and then to kind of navigate that, and then to come out to where everybody loved you. And that's not easy to do in wrestling, to be able to take that. And so all three of those guys were a part of that. So I hope that you're right and he is a part of it. I don't know. It's weird to see any of them kind of take on the heel role. Like, I don't know. Cody, you said that Kofi was the one dressed in the heel characters stuff.
So last week Kofi had the Majin chain, which means he would have the evil in him to be controlled by Babidi. But again, that's a whole Dragon Ball Z conspiracy thing. But this week he was wearing the Goku outfit, which is the good guy.
Okay, so he switched it because before
it's odd. I don't know exactly what they're doing.
They're toying with people like you that can see that know the outfits.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's going to be heel, I guess. Even though it looks like it's going to be Xavier.
But I do like Matt's idea about Big E coming in as a muscle.
I do too.
So you're saying he can only do certain things that he's cleared for? Not like a full match, but
he's not fully medically cleared, but he has been medically cleared to take part in ring activities.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard too.
Yeah, bro, he could go back to doing the stuff like he did when he was with Dolph Ziggler.
So that's where I was leading to. Hear me out. How about they both turn heel and Big E's the manager?
Like,
because Big E can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then they're not.
So you're saying they don't turn on each other, but they
don't turn on each other. They're just so fed up with everybody's bullshit and fighting with each other that they're like, fuck everyone else. We're gonna stay together and fuck all you.
Well, that's originally what the New Day was supposed to be. Remember, like the New Day was the not necessarily bottom feeders, but the guys that weren't getting the credit, and they were supposed to be basically the Nation of Domination, but only darker as far as like more evil and more menacing. Like they're not menacing, but they're more underhanded and dirty and just they're there for themselves. They're not there for the people. They're there for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, but Big E is the best talker out of all three of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He is.
So if we can give him the manager role as like a Bobby Heenan or a Jimmy Hart type deal and make him look like he could beat somebody's ass, I'm okay with that.
Wow.
You think?
And it's been a long time. I mean, I can't remember how long ago it was they actually were heels. You know,
Yep.
It's been a minute.
Mhm.
So, I like that idea.
Would they drag that on to Saturday's main event? You think?
Now,
Maybe.
if
Yeah.
if I'm writing this I start it next week.
Yeah, because they have the New Day celebration next week, right?
Yeah, I have Big E out there with them, and he grabs a chair and he smokes somebody.
Okay.
Or they all
I
grab
like
chairs.
that
and smoke.
idea.
And I mean, if it's Kofi turning on Xavier, then Big E grabs the chair and smokes Xavier or Kofi, and then they stand over top of them together.
So whoever turns heel, Big E joins them, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
Do you
that.
think it would work better if it was like what Cody was, like Cody's idea, so that way they stay, because they feed off each other?
They do.
Do you think that would be better?
I kind of feel like they're going to push, not real hard, but give Xavier some kind of singles push.
Okay.
If he ends up being IC champ at some point down the road, I'm okay with that. Xavier Woods is a hell of a worker.
No, he is.
He is.
He really is.
He is.
I believe he's underrated, man. He's good.
He's a very good worker.
He is the king of the ring winner. He is King Xavier.
If only we can get King Kofi Kingston. Oh, please. If anybody has a humor bone in WWE, just fucking book it once. Just once. That's all you need to do.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about Intercontinental Champion. Adam Pearce made an announcement for the tournament to crown the first women's Intercontinental Champion. Who's a fan of that as Matt Breeze heavy?
No, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it, man. I was like, about time, because you have all these women. Now you got a big roster. Let's see them go for a different belt.
Matt.
We don't have enough time in the day for me to rant about this.
Sure we do. I'll give you 5.
Great. Go for it, man.
No, okay. It's not that I don't like the idea of the women having a mid-card championship. That's not it at all. Because we do have a lot of very talented women on the roster. I get that. But why are we regurgitating the same cookie cutter bullshit title as let's just take it. Let's take the Intercontinental Championship that we already have, put a smaller white strap on it, and then say, oh, look, it's the women's championship. No, be a little bit more creative. Give them something that they can stake claim to and don't have to share it with the men. And I don't care about logistics, so don't even bring it in there. We've already had this conversation separately.
What do you mean about logistics?
The cookie cutter stuff that we had talked about yesterday. Just leave that out of this.
I don't even remember the conversation, to be honest, for cookie cutter. All I was going to say was it's a business decision. That's all it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, that's all I was going to say, was that it's a business decision.
To me, it's not – I don't want to say not fair to the women, but I think that they deserve better. They deserve to have their own championship.
Can we just bring back the Divas title at that point?
No, because it's still regurgitating something. Why not give
Okay, so you're saying not an Intercontinental title, but something completely different that hasn't existed before, right?
Yeah, because
for the ladies.
Yes. It's only fair to them.
Yeah. I can get behind that. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. Instead of saying here's the Intercontinental title that's been around for a very long time in the men's division, and we're going to introduce it in the ladies division where you could have something else that's unique to their division.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can get behind that. I gotcha.
and I understand that it's a good business. And as far as business is concerned, I totally understand that it's cheaper by taking the same stuff. I get it, but in the long run, it just, to me, it's just a lazy way. It's lazy booking, so to speak. It's just a lazy way to and okay. So again, I don't like the IC championship to begin with, like just that belt and specifically, not because it just looks like dog shit.
It does look interesting. The new one that they have now looks interesting.
It looks better that they added blue to it, but that
yeah just that little bit of blue in it, but it still looks. Yeah.
But the old saying is, you can spray perfume on dog shit and it's still dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the women's IC championship. You sprayed perfume on dog shit and it's still dog shit. The women deserve better. In the long in as me going 5 minutes basically saying that the women deserve better. That's all.
No, I agree. I agree. This is all just for WWE to make profit, because now you've taken the same design. All you do is add the fucking women's word onto the engraving. That's all you do. You make it smaller, and it's going to be
on it.
Yeah, and you make it smaller, and you make it for a cheaper price to still sell for $300 on WWE Shop as a replica, and belt collectors, man or woman, are going to buy it.
They're going to buy it. Yep.
So it's a very smart business decision to do a women's US and Intercontinental. Do I agree with Matt that it should be a completely different name? Yes. New design? Yes. Too bad WWE doesn't want to spend the fucking money out of their pockets.
But we're okay with manufacturing $1 billion title belt and give it to the Saudis.
And then leave it there. Yeah, make it, leave it there. But here's my point, I guess. If they can do with the Ladies Intercontinental Championship what used to be and what kind of happened recently with Gunther, the Intercontinental Championship, whoever the champion was, that belt meant something. If you think about back, you think about champions like Triple H, Rock, the people who had it, Shawn, Brett, that belt was important. And
using it as a stepping stone.
Yeah, it was exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. It was a stepping stone. And whoever had that, they were like the second most important champion on the roster. And they were eventually, you could see one day they were going to be there. So if they could, and for a while, the Intercontinental title just was like, it was like, I don't know, just flopping around, and it didn't mean anything. Like, and I think when Gunther had it, it meant something again.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. And if they could take that, just that whole premise, what it used to mean, and bring that into the ladies division, then it's a win, but it has to be done right. Like, all of that stuff has to be booked right. And it's got to be right.
So as we transition into Survivor Series predictions, I have a stupid question for y'all. Two, actually. We'll go around the room, start with Matt, go Nikki D, Rico, and Cody. Okay. If you could watch a wrestling match in any completely bizarre location, where would it be?
Bizarre location?
Bizarre location, yeah.
Matt, you're first.
I'll skip me. I'll come back to me.
Okay, so I go after Matt, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're talking geographically, like just any spot, a bizarre location.
Any spot, location, building, whatever.
And is this to watch it in person?
In person.
off the top of my head, good Lord, why is that question so hard?
Oh no!
I mean,
Go on, Matt. Please enlighten me. What do you have? Go.
Only because I saw this on ESPN during ESPN 8 the Ocho's thing that they did. Phone booth wrestling. Inside of a phone booth. Or inside of a car.
Actually, that's already happened. So there's a bunch of
not
indies that do it.
Not a car. A tire. It was inside of a tire.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
So, oh God.
I don't know if this has happened already, but I was just like an odd location to go and watch a match. I was going to say like Disney World or something like that. Just a crazy spot where they could have it, right. I don't know, like where you come in, you go past the castle, you have the entrance, and then there's that big open area right there where everybody can see him. Boom.
What the fuck is going on between the two of you? I am so concerned with what is going on right now.
No. As soon as he said Disney, I just immediately went to like Mickey Mouse beating the shit out of Donald.
It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great.
Gosh.
It'd be great.
Bring these guys back to Earth. Come on. I mean, this is that.
Hey, you're the one who said bizarre location.
See, I would switch Donald with Goofy because then you can make the joke. No, Your Honor, I didn't say she's a little crazy. I said she's fucking goofy. Huh?
No, you can see Mickey going, "Oh, Skatoons."
That cheating son of a bitch would use it too.
Okay. What about, because you said bizarre.
I did.
So what about in a sewer match with nothing but bums sleeping around?
All right.
Wow.
Tony Cornette.
I'm gonna take a joke from Family Guy and then say inside Ann Coulter.
Lisa Rapinelli.
Yeah, she would have enough room
On the Magic School Bus.
Oh my
on the
God.
Magic School Bus. No, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Alcatraz, like fucking Guantanamo Bay, a women's prison. That would incite a riot. I want something that's gonna bring blood.
Alcatraz is good.
Strip club.
That's good. Dang, that makes me want to change my answer.
Nope,
Mine was 2 PG.
All right. I just had to throw that in there. Sorry.
Well, what's your answer, Scott? We're not gonna leave that high and dry. Hell no. What's your answer?
Oh yeah, what's your answer?
Strip club. He's a
And
strip
a
club.
strip club. A strip club. Well, they
Didn't
got
that technically already happen on a Shotgun Saturday Night?
I don't know.
Probably.
You egg sucking dog.
In a big gigantic,
D-Generation X, DX was there, I'm sure.
in a big gigantic toilet. Full
Oh,
of
so
shit.
we're gonna be having it at the Horseshoe.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Go to the Buckeye Stadium there.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's gonna be specifically AEW.
I have
Anyways.
have another one, but I don't dare ask it. So
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Come on.
all right. Do you think aliens have ever watched wrestling? And if so, which wrestler would they be most fascinated with? And why?
Oh, I have an answer for this.
Straight up, the guy who should currently be the AEW champion, Orange Cassidy.
Fuck you, you son of a bitch.
Oh, wow.
You did that on purpose.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Baron Corbin.
You just had to throw your guy out there.
Oh, son of a
They're
bitch.
fascinated by Baron Corbin, eh? Oh.
Yeah, must be.
Oh.
Nicky D, you're next.
I'm gonna say okay. Say it was a 2-part question. If there are Like if they do exist, yes, they would have seen it. And the one that they would have been most fascinated with would have been The Undertaker.
That's a legitimate answer. I'll give you that.
Rico.
It would have been one of their own, and I can't remember his name. Used to be with freaking Carmella, helped her get the Money in the Bank.
Oh, James Ellsworth?
Yes, Ellsworth. Yeah,
The Chinless Wonder?
yes, Alien Boy. That was their boy right there. That was their nephew.
Oh, you calling him an alien?
Oh, I'm calling him
Expensive
every name in
fuck.
the book.
$50 for a 20-minute interview.
Really?
50, but Ellsworth?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he thought he was all cool and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually asked him before I met.
$50 for 20 Wow.
I've actually asked him before I met all you guys, and it was like $100 at the time when he was still with the WWE for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking jobber and you're with Carmella. No, you don't deserve 100.
$100 for 20 minutes?
This was when he was with the WWE.
He did TikTok live one time, or one or two times with Too Tall Tyler, and I asked Tyler how much he paid for him, and he goes, "Well, $75 for an hour." I'm like, "Yeah, you overpaid, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
You overpaid."
That is crazy.
Did you give you the answer?
Where the fuck's my encyclopedia?
Who's your guy? Oh yeah, you already gave your answer. That's right.
I gave my answer.
Yep.
Rick gave his.
James Ellsworth.
Quit playing with your fucking furniture. Get your answer.
He's doing his best Matt Cardona impression right now, having to go back and play with his action figures.
So what do you?
I'm going to pick a random superstar out of the top of my ass here. Perfect. We'll go to ours and Mr. Feed Me More himself, Ryback.
There you go.
Oh.
A big fella.
And that's at random.
That ends my random.
Well, who's yours?
Yeah.
I told you. Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin. He was legitimate with Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Oh, I should. Yeah, you were. That's your guy.
That's my
I
guy,
thought you
man.
were just messing around.
Oh, no, Baron Corbin, man. I really would say Darby Allin if I had to say something.
Fucking Christ. I don't even think aliens would look at him. They would just be like, why?
Probably. So,
Oh.
now we're going to predict Survivor Series predictions. You guys want to save the Survivor Series women's match and men's match for last? Those are probably more in depth.
Well,
Yeah.
one's starting the show.
Women's.
Who's starting the show?
Women's.
Yeah, the women's always start the show.
All right, so let's go. Rhea Ripley.
Try and go in order.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Bayley supposedly, Naomi, Io Sky versus Liv, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Who wants to start with?
Who took out Jade?
Huh?
Who took out Jade?
That's a good question. So, do we find out at Survivor Series who took out Jade Cargill?
Can I say it right now? It's going way out there, but Bianca.
That's
And
probably the most logical one.
And just hear me out. You guys will remember. Go back to when freaking they found Shawn Michaels in the back beat down. It was this freaking boy Triple H took him out.
You mean in the windshield?
Like he was always taking the spotlight. And I just thought it was kind of weird how Bianca, like, she always kind of sings her song, but she really got in the camera and was like, I can't remember how the words go, but I don't need you. I'm stronger without you. That's what I was like, huh.
Oh. You were talking about this segment where Michaels was like thrown, or not when he was thrown through but now I'm mixing it up.
This is 2002, right before SummerSlam. Michaels had come back.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H didn't want Michaels, or wanted Michaels as a manager, but Michaels wanted to be more.
He was upset. So then he did the DX thing, and then he turned on him.
Same night.
And then allegedly he was beat up by somebody out in the back or parking lot or something like that. And Triple H was going around looking for who did it with the sledgehammer. Michaels was in. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, then
That was
Michael
great.
shows up backstage all beat up, and they're like, "Oh, well, the guy's digitally enhanced it, motherfucker. It was clear to begin with. We just had it fuzzy to fuck you up."
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the scenario. I would actually go back farther, and this is going to be the Stone Cold whodunit.
Matt.
My theory is it had a little bit to do with something with Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
I think
God.
Charlotte Flair had a little bit. I mean, she's due back pretty much any time now.
True.
Is she the?
They did have that.
CM, is she the CM Punk from last year? Is she the one that shows up at the end afterwards? Is she that? To make her presence known. It's a long shot, but I think Charlotte will be showing up fairly quickly because I mean Raw needs something in the women's division to like spice it up a little bit more than just having Rhea tear it up like every week. They need something else.
It's a good theory.
Charlotte would be the woman to do it, and the woman to take it in the Netflix era.
Yes.
That's a good theory. And didn't they have like some sort of when she first showed up, and they had kind of like a face to face, and there was something like that where Charlotte was like, "Oh, you or you don't know me, or I know you," or something like that. And I don't know. I think she said, "You will," or Charlotte was like, "You will know me," or something like that. And then she walked away. And that was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I like that theory.
Who wins the match, Matt?
Hold on, let me ask the coin because it really does. It to me it doesn't matter. And this will go back to the whole. The women deserve better.
You think it was just thrown together?
Yes. This is clearly there's no build to it.
Nope.
They needed to have a War Games just because War Games, men and women, have to have the same match. It is what it is. I'm going to go.
There's this build between Rhea and Liv. That's it.
Let's go. The heels win. We'll say, the heels win.
I'm saying the heels win.
Yeah.
Yep. And I agree. That's also my prediction. And that's primarily just because Liv has been on I don't know, a tear. And she's good, and I hate to admit that. I don't know. I didn't think I would care for her as a heel, but then she annoyed me when she came back and from being hurt. So when she turned heel, I was like, well, you needed to do that, but I still don't care for you. But she's like winning me over. I don't know how. I guess it's just because she's good at being a slimy heel. Mm-hmm. So I think they go over.
I think the heels go over, but at the same time, I can also see the faces winning and Tiffany Stratton becoming your new champion.
Yeah. All in that match, huh?
Uh-huh. If the faces win, I think that happens because Nia will be laid out. Tiffany will be like, "Oh, this is my shot."
And she's been flirting with that freaking briefcase or purse, whatever she turned it into. Like, she's been flirting with cashing that in.
Yeah, I think you got to go with that because that's really the only story, in my opinion, that's within that whole match. I mean, you got who threw Cargill through the who threw the thing, but that we've been watching this. We've been waiting for Tiffany Stratton to to cash that in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting months and months and months and months, and
I didn't even think about that. That's
I
a
think
good
Matt's
point,
right.
Matt.
I think you got some badasses in Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Bailey's not a slouch.
Nope.
I think Nia Jax is gonna get her ass beat and be left there for dead. And in the last moment, Tiffany's gonna go,
Well, she's got between Liv and Nia to pick from.
That's true. Yeah, so is she gonna cash it on Nia, Matt, or is she gonna cash it on? I say Nia because I don't like Nia, but I say Nia. So Cody Cornette.
Well, this will be the 7th Women's War Games match in WWE history. This will be the 6th time that Io Sky will be involved in a War Games match. She is 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 or 1 in 4 out of 5 that she's appeared in. This will be her 6th. Bayley's always lost. Bianca's always been on the winning side. It's hard to tell. Yeah, Io Sky has been in almost all of them except the first one. Honestly, I'm going to go with the heels on this one. I don't think the faces come out on top. I think the heels come out on top, but I think that Tiffany will still cash in.
I want to pay respect to the people that are watching on YouTube. Sato says this: as someone who's going to a Survivor Series, I feel that not having Cody versus KO is such a disrespect and disappointment. What do you think?
Matt, please take it away. I love your opinion on this.
Okay. By the way, those that are on YouTube, watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please don't be out disrespected by the MAWT's answer. But
I'm gonna put him solo for this one.
Now, okay. So we complained. You guys want to complain about Cody not being the guy, not being showcased at this pay-per-view. But where were you complaining? Were you complaining when Brock Lesnar, when Roman Reigns, when even Logan Paul recently didn't defend their championship maybe 3 times a year? Were you complaining then? I mean, let's be honest. Were you complaining then? Because if you're complaining because Cody isn't on the pay-per-view now, when he's been in every pay-per-view and has wrestled weekly for the most part, has been on TV. Brock Lesnar never was. Roman Reigns was only on there to say hello and acknowledge me. Logan Paul, he was off doing whatever the fuck he does. You cannot attack Cody for taking one pay-per-view off. You can't.
But it's the 3rd pay-per-view that the championship hasn't been defended.
But it's been on the show. He's been there. He's put in the work. Roman never was. He showed up for the Big 4. Brock showed up for the Big 4. Logan showed up for a payday and then left. So I don't want to hear this bullshit on how Cody, he should be there. He really should be there. Well, did you say that about Brock? Did you say that about Roman? Did you say that about Logan Paul? Chances are, no, you didn't. So go outside, touch some grass, and then come back and watch wrestling.
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to piggyback off my brother. The reason why he's not there, because, again, with the matches that they have in place, our champ would be overshadowed just like he is all the freaking time with the storylines they got in place.
He won't be overshadowed come Saturday night's main event.
I hope not, Matt. I hope not.
He will be the spotlight match. He and Kevin Owens will fight for the championship at main event, and it will be his show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But because of the magnitude of the men's War Games match and the Gunther Damian Priest match, I'm not saying there's no place for Cody Rhodes at this pay-per-view. I'm not. I get what you're saying, Matt. Okay? I'm saying I think WWE's protecting Cody Rhodes and not making him and just keeping him out of it. He doesn't have to be every place. He doesn't. So if he's not, this isn't about, to be honest, this whole War Games, they bring it around family versus family, et cetera, et cetera. And Cody doesn't need to be there. So I agree with you, Matt. He doesn't need to be there. I just think if he was in there, it would be another opportunity for me to say, see, they're not using him right. Now I think I'm glad he's not going to be there because it would be a big mistake. All I'm saying about that.
But like I will continue to say this until the cows come home.
Moo.
If you're gonna bitch about Cody not being there, did you bitch about Roman? Did you bitch about Brock? Did you bitch about Logan not being there? Chances are you didn't. And if you said that you did, you're lying because we all were like, oh, well, that's fine. It's because of, it's because of this. It's because of this. Well, Cody deserves to have a time off. He deserves that. He's been the face of the WWE since Mania 40. He has been. And
I'm not disagreeing with you.
He has been the face of the WWE since 40, since 41. No, he's been
39.
Yeah, he's been the face, and he's carried the company while Roman's been gone. And to give him one night off, don't bitch. And that's awesome that you're going to Survivor Series, my guy. I mean, I can't afford to go. Enjoy yourself. And
agreed.
I'm going to say this, and this is a hill that I will die on. Enjoy the product. Quit picking shit apart. And quit trying to overanalyze shit. Just watch the product and be happy.
Match number 2. Who's second in the lineup? Who's second in the lineup?
That was his segue.
Just try to gloss over all of that, Scott. Just go right into the next match.
That was his segue.
Because Matt was finished, right?
Yeah,
enjoy the show.
Yep.
Who's second match? No disrespect to my brother.
Flip a coin. It's either going to be LA Knight and Nakamura or the Triple Threat IC.
LA Knight and Nakamura. Who's got?
Probably.
LA Nakamura. Who do you have?
Nakamura.
I'm going to go Nakamura.
I'm going Nakamura, man. I can't wait to hear that music, bro. I cannot wait. I'm happy as hell to have him in that.
Is that 4v1 the mat?
What do you got, Nikki?
I'm going LA Knight.
We got Nikki.
I was happy. I was shocked to see Nakamura come back. I'm just saying I was happy to see him. Love that guy. But I think LA Knight is going to go over.
Okay, 2-3. That's not bad.
The reasoning behind the LA Knight pick is Shinsuke's set to do a tour in Japan after the first of the year, and I don't see them letting him take the IC or the US title over to Japan.
Wow. So he has a reason for a valid reason for picking LA Knight. I'm just looking too far into it, I guess.
I think that would be a great business opportunity to promote your champion elsewhere.
I agree.
True. I mean, they are going to be. I think Netflix is worldwide audience, right?
The
I mean,
US champion?
I know WWE's already all over the globe, but
I don't know.
So let's go back.
Hogan was the WWF champion in the G1 Climax. So
So when we got the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. Who you got, Cody Cornette?
oh boy. Well, here's an interesting fact about the IC title in Survivor Series. This will be the 8th time the title has been defended at the pay-per-view in its illustrious history. This
Wow.
marks, I think, the first triple threat in Survivors. Yep, it is. It is the first triple threat for Survivor Series for the IC title. Breaker's been on a roll. Sheamus has a chance to make history, become a Grand Slam champion. Ludwig Kaiser has a chance to make Imperium great again. Everything's up in the air. Whole bunch of balls in the air. Try to catch one of them. Honestly, Braun Breaker going with a head of steam. I'm going to pick Braun.
Okay. Rico.
Oh, I'm going with Sheamus.
Okay.
I'm going with Sheamus.
Nikki D.
ooh, this one is Cody's right too. There's so many things going on at the same time, and there's momentum, and there's all these different ways that it could go. I originally was, and I was shocked that I felt this. I'm just going to say it. Ludwig Kaiser,
Really?
and that's a off the wall. That's just like a gut feeling, like
Really?
only because there's something going on in the big picture. There's something going on within Imperium that I think it's just going to self-destruct. And this could kind of be, if he gets it, then they could kind of go their separate ways and they just would like implode. And I don't know, I'm probably looking too far into it, but I thought that guy sucked, man. And he doesn't. You know, we know Sheamus is awesome. And look, being realistic, Braun Breaker is going to be on to bigger and better titles. There's no two ways about it. So I don't know. I'm going to stick with that pick.
Matt.
I'm going to go Braun Breaker. Braun's not going to drop that title until probably Royal Rumble, in which time he can enter the Royal Rumble and win and take on Gunther at Mania. So that's the long term for me. I think the end goal should be Breaker winning the Rumble and going to Mania to take on Gunther. But yeah, he wins Saturday night.
I'm gonna pick Sheamus. I think he deserves the triple crown or whatever that was. What did you guys say? Triple crown?
Grand Slam.
Grand
champion.
Slam.
The Grand Slam. He deserves
Yep.
that. He deserves it. He's been a staple in that company for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker, like Matt said, face it, he's going on to bigger and better things. Why? I don't think he needs to wait till Royal Rumble. I think he could lose the title, go into the Royal Rumble or whatever. I think it'd be great to see him against. I'm going to give you my spoiler for next pick. Against Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship, or whoever that is at that point. My pick is Sheamus. I think he's going to come back and win that match and set it up for down the road. So now we have Gunther versus Damian Priest. Nikki D.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, tough one. Love them both a lot. I'm just going to say, oh gosh. I'm just going to say Gunther. And that's almost like just doing a coin toss in my head because I could see it going either way.
Okay. Rico?
Man, I have a feeling Gunther's going to take it, but I'm going with Damian. I think he shuts him down.
Cody Cornette.
It's going to be Gunther. 3 weeks in a row. Damien's had his number. Wrestling 101 tells you it's going to be Gunther.
Matt.
The Ring General will win. Gunther.
I'm gonna pick Damian Priest, and you know what, Cody Cornette, I'm gonna say you're right. Wrestling 101 shows you 3 weeks in a row, Damian Priest has beat the shit out of Gunther.
Yeah.
Last night was nothing different. He got Gunther with the razor's edge and put him through the table. And even I think maybe it was TikTok or what I was watching, but someone said, "Yep, that just gave you your answer to who's going to win that match."
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we know that because we watch too much damn TV.
Yeah.
Social media, right? That's what sucks about for this. Because I want to say, and I will say, Damian Priest. I will say you're going to see some people come in that you're will be shocked to see. How to somehow give an advantage to Damian Priest. But I think Damian Priest is going to win that. I really do. That's what I want to happen anyways. So this one might take a while because there's so much to unfold. Who wants to, we got Roman Reigns, Jay and Jimmy, Sami Zayn, CM Punk versus the Bloodline, Solo, Jacob, Tamatanga, Tangaloa, and Bronson Reed. Anybody broke this down far enough to pick a winner? Or not? You got a lot to say, or you're going to be short?
Well, this will be the 14th War Games match. This will be the 8th or 9th, I do believe, for the men's. Roman Reigns has only been in 2 leading up into this one. This will be Sammy's 3rd. This will be Jay's 3rd. Punk being in here, whatever. Unless it leads into something huge later down the line. Okay, whatever. If I was picking with my head, New Bloodline wins. Because Solo, that group needs a win at this point. Roman and the guys have been beating them at every turn, with the exception of a couple beatdowns by the new gang. They just need a freaking win. They need to look strong. They need to look dominant. They need to just, at this point, either this is win or go home for the New Bloodline. I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is. Because unless they win, the rest of the Bloodline feud that could possibly lead into WrestleMania won't make any sense.
Well, to correct you, the New Bloodline won at Crown Jewel.
Was it? They've had the last 2 victories, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was with outside interference.
It doesn't matter. A win's a win.
It was a win, yeah.
Yes, a win's a win, but you got to look good in it. That was not a good look.
When you're talking about
Bloodline, in your opinion.
Yeah, again, in my opinion, yes. In my opinion, it wasn't a good look. That's why I'm saying, in my opinion, they need this win to look strong. They need this win to go farther with this storyline, unless they're just going to pivot and go with Heyman and Punk and fucking do something else completely.
But Cody, I just have one question though. Even if they win, do you think the New Bloodline would look stronger than all of those members in the OG Bloodline? Because look, that team is freaking loaded.
Right, and again, you're right. It's loaded. So you have Roman, who's a big star.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is a big star. Punk's a huge mega star.
Yep.
I mean, Jimmy,
Jay.
whatever. He should be just in a tag with his brother. Unfortunately, I hate to say that about someone, but still.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Roman, Jimmy, Sammy, Jay, and Punk. Yeah, everybody's a single star except for Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a credible tag team in Japan out of the God. You can have a credible leader in Solo at this point saying, I beat Roman, I beat the OG bloodline, now they should fall in line. You have Jacob Fatu, by the way, out of all of them, is going to be the breakout star of this entire fucking thing.
Easily. Yeah. He's amazing.
And then Bronson Reed just has more fuel to the fire under his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the only person that won't look weak out of this loss will be Bronson Reed because he's still having shit with Seth Rollins. But the other four need this win. Again, in my opinion, they need this win.
I mean, I wholeheartedly disagree because they won at Crown Jewel. They won the last time that they faced each other. They left Roman for dead.
With an accidental kick from Sami Zayn after the match.
It doesn't matter, though.
That kind of does, in my opinion. If someone else is the reason why you're leaving the ring, that's not you looking strong. That's you taking advantage of a situation that you can just go bye.
It's called being a heel.
Yeah, and some heels need to look dominant. Gunther.
And he didn't look okay. We don't have time for.
We don't have time to compare apples to oranges.
No, I'm just saying. You like your statistics.
I do.
I still don't know, even if they win, if it makes them look any stronger. And I guess that's what I struggle. Like, even Paul Heyman, the wise man, is like just insanely. I don't know. Like, everybody over there there was a time they got on our nerves, right? And they were running crap and they were coming out and they were just, like ganging up on people and doing all this stuff. And then they split after Roman dropped the belt to Cody. Cody finished his story and then everybody was doing their things. And now they've all kind of aligned again. And it's just like, it's freaking, aside from CM Punk, who was just brought in by Paul Heyman, like everything there is just, I mean, they're huge. They're huge. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm definitely picking the original Bloodline.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, that's my pick. I just, everything is just right there. It's perfect. CM Punk's kind of a wild card to me, but yeah.
Rico.
No, that's I really want to say, like, I want the OG bloodline. But I don't know why. I just got this gut feeling something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen where the new bloodline's gonna win. I don't know what it is yet. But I would really like the OG bloodline to win. Especially since, Heyman brought in CM Punk, one of the OG Heyman guys, to help out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if I remember correctly, we talked about last week, and I said Punk would join.
Somebody said it. I was trying to remember who said it, but I was like, that ain't going to happen. And then it happened. I was watching SmackDown. You got to be kidding me. So one of you guys called it. It sure as heck wasn't me. Because I didn't see that
coming. From the beginning, I'm an OG Heyman guy.
Yeah. Which was awesome. That was awesome.
You want me to go first? Or all right. Just leave it. You're going to roll up the ones?
Yeah, it's got to be the OGs. But if the new bloodline wins, and it's going to be weird, But I think somehow Seth Rollins gets involved in this match for two reasons. Because he's already got beef with Bronson Reed, and also to set something up going forward with CM Punk. Because once he's done with Bronson, he needs to have something ready for him for like later on down the road. So I think you build that now. You start planting the seeds now. Something happens. Seth Rollins gets involved somewhere in the match. I don't know how exactly, but I think he does get involved and possibly helps the new bloodline win. Or helps someone.
Well, remember, he still has that beef with Roman too. He refused to join. He refused to be the fifth man because he doesn't trust Roman, and he will never like do anything with him again. So there's still kind of that crap too.
But I think the OGs win. But I also think that somewhere down the line, Seth Rollins gets involved in this match somewhere. I don't know. Again, I don't know how. Maybe at the end, maybe after the OGs win, Seth Rollins comes down and does something stupid. Or pulls a Punk and ruins the moment, so to speak.
I'm going to agree that something happens with Bronson Reed. I'm going to pick the OG bloodline. There's going to be a lot of, I don't want to say use the word stupid. There's going to be a lot of chaos in that match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we could sit here and talk all day about things you hear on the social media about how Heyman winked at Jimmy Uso. What does that mean? What does that mean? What's that about? Why was Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman wearing the same exact coat with the pocket with the red T-shirt?
Yeah.
Go watch the video.
I saw that too.
It was weird. I'm not saying that's anything. It was weird. I think it's to get us off the track of what's really going to happen.
Yeah, but the original bloodline was also wearing red and black. So
Correct.
He could have just been matching them with his ensemble, you know.
Correct.
But it was kind of weird to have the same thing as Solo.
I know.
I'm not sure if I trust Heyman in the beginning. If I'm the original OG, I'm not sure if I trust Heyman in the beginning. But Heyman will find his spot real quick in the OG after he tries to betray the OG. And then he's going to be pleading for his life with the OG, right? I think that there's something between Solo and him. I think it's going to end up being, oh, crap, get his head out of his ass and he's going to be on Roman's side. I don't know. Something's going to happen, so I don't know but I think the OG is going to win. They have to win. Because they need to take what people think the new bloodlines being strong is. They need to take that back and be the strong people. You guys think that the OG is stronger than they're not. I think right now Solo and his group are looking stronger. Mm-hmm. I think the OG are looking confused as shit. But come War Games at Survivor Series, I think you're going to see the OG come to back. And I had something. Mm-hmm. Jacob Fatu, you're going to see him on the OG bloodline at the end of the night. That's my. Yeah, he's going to leave Solo in the dust.
You said Jacob Fatu, we're going to see him on the OG bloodline?
Yes, he's going to kick the shit out of Solo. Go give Roman Reigns a hug, and we're gonna have Roman Reigns. He's gonna be on. Fatu's gonna be on the OG.
Wow,
that's what's gonna happen.
Or you see the debut of Zilla.
That's true. We could see another Samoan.
Somebody is gonna come down to save Roman's ass, and they're gonna be stronger than ever.
Brock Lesnar's going to walk down, rip the side of the cage off, and beat the piss out of everybody, and just leave them all in heaps and walk away.
First War Games match for a no contest. I'll take it. That's WWE bullshit booking at its finest. I just want to leave it at this. Out of 7 men's War Games matches, the heels have won 4-3. I'm going to go in the favor. I'm going to say heels win.
Hmm.
You're calling Solo the heels, right?
Yeah, so the new bloodline would be the heels.
They would be the heels.
I have the OG.
OGs.
I'm throwing it up. So that has been an hour and 15 minutes of crazy talk about wrestling. Again, I'm going to use the phrase that I heard over the last 5-10 minutes. Opinions. Five guys kept it together for an hour and 15 minutes and didn't rip each other apart. And we all have different opinions, right? This is a place that we come together to share our opinions. I love you guys as brothers. Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. I'm so thankful for the family on Tuesday and the shows that we do. Matt and I will be sitting with Samu tomorrow at 12:15 in the afternoon, and maybe we'll ask him to tell us what family wins, the OGs or the newbies. Let's see what he says. So that'll be a question that I would like to ask Matt, or I can ask him tomorrow. Who's your pick? Who's gonna win?
Do you think his insight will be a spoiler?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think. I think they're trying really hard not to give out that kind of information.
I don't know. You might want to check out the interview tomorrow to find out.
That will be a topic of conversation, along with what the hell happened at Royal Rumble. What?
I'm bleeding with that, by the way.
How does it feel?
Straight up bleeding with that. Be like, what happened at Royal Rumble 93? Because
how's it feel to get your face slammed into sets by your dad? That happened. No, it's gonna be a good conversation about family. Leonard, they have a great family. Going to talk about WXW C4, which is coming to Pensacola in 225. So he's so he's looking for places to have a ring and set up and do a show and have a gym. So that's tomorrow, 12:15. I think we're going to segue into football picks also after that.
We will have dual episodes tomorrow. I'm going to be ready for turkey dinner on Thursday. That is for goddamn sure.
And watching the Bears get their ass kicked.
Hey, you got it right this time.
Go Lions.
Well, okay, come on. It's the Bears. Like, come on. They're not that good.
So, Matt, if you don't mind, because we got these guys on here real quick. Detroit Lions or the Bears? Nikki D.
Lions.
Rico.
Do you really even have to ask that question?
Be a realist.
Lions all the way.
If I had numbers, if I had Cody Cornett, if I should have talked to him earlier, Cody Cornett should have looked up how many Thanksgiving football games have the Lions lost.
I'll look that. You know what? I'll look that up right now, and I'll let Matt take a couple minutes to tell how Nick Wright's wrong about Jared Goff being a civilian quarterback.
It is a lot. They have lost a lot, but
even these teams that are good,
different, and this year is completely different. The Lions are smoking.
First of all, the only thing I have to say in rebuttal to the Nick Wright situation, fuck Nick Wright. He's a greasy hair bastard that needs to fucking take a shower, and he needs to get off Patrick Mahomes' cock because that's all he's on. He loves riding that. He loves himself some Mahomes. I mean, he's almost as bad as. Never mind. We're just gonna leave it alone.
Cody, how many games have they lost? How many Thanksgiving games have they lost?
Here is Detroit's current record and all-time turkey days. 37 wins, 45 losses, and 2 draws. So the favor is in losing.
I think the Lions can win. They're a different team this year. They're different. They're just a different group. I'm going to say the Lions, but I'm not going to say it's going to be easy.
You know what? To be that asshole, because I want to be that asshole, Caleb Williams putting 4 fucking touchdowns on the board. Bears defense getting 5 interceptions. Detroit loses.
Can you fire him now?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, you just look at the way these teams are trending. Come on. Look at the way the teams are trending. Detroit on a bad – when they're off. When Jared Goff played like a civilian, like that moron called him, and had those 5 turnovers, they still came back and won. Like, that team is the sum of its parts. Chicago was hot for a minute there, and they're fading fast.
Oh, yeah.
And
agreed. I just want to be an asshole.
Too much. Yeah, they got too much. There's no way. And I don't even think the game is close. I don't even think the game is close.
You're going to be in Detroit. I think you're going to see Campbell tell his guys to put up 60 on the Bears.
Odds on.
Belts to asses. That's all I have to say. Belts to asses.
Let's get your opinions. Honest opinions. I don't know, man. I am going to say these guys are going to shock the world.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
And they're going to beat the Ohio State Buckeyes by 3 points.
I hope so.
No?
It's just because it's like when I start getting hope, like, okay, they'll do better this game. They're going to start coming around, and they're just horrible.
All right. You'll hear Matt and I's predictions tomorrow. This is Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stay on here, Nikki. Just stay. Don't go disappear. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the people that left the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We'll be back, like I said, tomorrow afternoon with Samu and football picks. And everybody have a great turkey.